months ago, I made a new friend. Right when I needed it. Best friend's been there. He's been through it all before me. What happened next is truly for the books. This man opened his heart, he opened his heart to me. He opened his heart for you. So no matter what, you've got to roll. Yeah, you can't go slow. Get through this time we're living in. Get your updates from Wages World. You may find yourself in the mirror, quoting yourself, you're looking for answers. Get your space weather from Wages World. The Wages World. Go get it all from Wages World. You check it, you gotta see me coming at me. Gotta get on by 3, gotta tell the world, get ready, cause you don't know what's coming. If we're gonna shut down, no, but we're gonna give it to you. If we can, we're going to be prepared. Get your prep on the Wages World. Get your funk with the Wages World, yeah. Maybe we'll have a little Hamilton Jameson on Wages World, yeah. There's just one show you got to catch. It's Wages World. There's just one show you got to catch. It's Wages World. My brother Wages.
Hey guys, what's up? Thought I'd pop on here real quick today. This is going to be a short one, guys, so I'm just going to kind of get into it. Again, I'm not going to go over the my in there causing problems already. Let's view that together. Oh, really? Have you ever been over to Mark's channel? You might go over and check him out. If you have, if you haven't, you'll probably stay because it's a very positive forum over there, and they can, yeah, it's good stuff over there. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, hey Ellie, what's up, brother? Good to see you in here, man. But it is what it is, you know. People just want to, whatever. So I'm not going to pay attention to that today. So guys, you guys are handling it in there for me. Again, my moderators know the rules, so there you have it. If you get banned by one of the mods, it will not be undone unless it's completely uncalled for. So just so everybody understands that. Okay, so we are going to get into this. Hey, we've had a radiation storm hit from the sun. You know, kind of unexpected a little bit. We're just lucky it happened today and not like 3 or 4 days ago, because this eruption from the sun was pretty significant. But we'll start here with the Schumann. You know, guys, we're still getting these quote unquote spikes, I guess if you want to call them that. Just an increase in the frequency here, the hertz level, and the intensity of that hertz level. Something I've been noticing though, these are what I'm seeing here, guys. Usually the spikes are kind of more, I don't know, like a gradual uptick and a gradual, back down. And it's kind of a more faded look here on the tool. But these are like really, really rigid. Like it's one line. Okay? And what I mean by that, a data point on this is a line vertically. It's not a dot like on most graphs that we use. So it means that hertz level was only there for that amount of time. So whatever happened on that time frame is what got plotted there. This isn't typically what we see. Okay, that's the only reason why I'm pointing it out. You're seeing a lot of vertical lines instead of a more smoother looking signature. So that means basically what this is showing is almost like a pulse. Like a pop, 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 like that. In the little, in the frequency increases and things. So, if you're having ringing in your ears, things like that, this could be it. The spiking is not stopping. Remember, this is tools in Russia, Tomsk, Russia, and this is the time, their local time. So if you look at this, and this happens the majority of the time, when you see a spike over here on any tool that you're looking at, this part of the earth is actually facing the sun at this time. So most likely this is coming from the sun, solar weather. All right, if you look at the time frame here, they're definitely in the middle of the day. So, we always look at that. Now, sometimes we get spikes outside of that. So when that happens, we definitely know something is kind of going on there. But again, this is the Schumann. It's a very important thing. I think everybody should always research this. I'm going to be having Verte on my show here as soon as I get enough time to be able to do it. It's my fault. It ain't his. I just haven't been able to get the time to do it. That's why I've been doing a lot of the short little 1-minute videos. Actually, guys, let me know what you guys think about the, you guys like my last video? I'm trying to add a little fun to it, guys. That's all I'm trying to do. Just put a smile on somebody's face, But at the same time, I'm giving you guys the information. Hope you guys think that's okay. If it's not, if it's offending way too many people, obviously I can stop doing it. But I do think that it's kind of cool to do stuff like that and give people a little smile once in a while. It's hard to figure out how to get this information out there in a positive manner, and this is why I do stuff like that. For no other reason. I think it was funny, but no, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, that song was actually on one of my video editing apps. It was kind of crazy. Found that song there. So it is, it was, I couldn't pass it up. So, oh man. And I got the point across, I let everybody see it. I posted, I know a lot of people don't like to go over to TikTok, but if you guys want, actually, I started a TikTok, and if you guys are over on TikTok, please go over there and, follow me over there. Let me see if I can't find my TikTok link here, right here. And I started it just for the mere thing to just basically, be able to do the short thing. Because, YouTube just started, that's still in beta. The short videos, that's actually here's my TikTok link, by the way. That's actually a beta format, and the creators are testing it out right now. So they're going to see how successful it is. And my bet is it's supposed to be direct competition for TikTok. They're trying to cut into that market some. So, if it works here on YouTube for that, I'll do it here too. But please go over, if you're on TikTok already, just please go over and follow me. If you're not, please go over and check it out too if you want. I understand the concerns around TikTok. I get it. So I don't, it's not offending me either way. So I just want to make sure everybody knew that was there. Hey, Conspiracy Realist Mom, how you doing? All right, so I am going to put the chat back away. So, let's get into what we're here to talk about here. Yeah, okay, so we had a flare back here. That was almost an M-class flare too. This was kind of middle level C-class flare. This one almost got into M-class. I mean, I don't think you can get much higher on a C-class. Now, I want you guys, again, I'm going to pull the chat back up for this in case somebody has a question, because I don't talk about this very often. You see how these are kind of spiking up and down real quick like? And you see how this flare actually went up and faded off, that's a long duration eruption from the sun. That's a long duration flare. Okay, so it's, the initial blast took it way up here, but then it hung on for a few minutes, producing X-rays. And a lot of times when that happens, you get a radiation storm. The proton flux increases here. Okay, so you're seeing these yellow markings here. That's when it's in the storm level. Okay, now it was a minor storm, is what it is, nothing big, but it's still a radiation storm, and it was, it was pretty unexpected. So again, if this thing had happened, 3 days ago, we definitely would have been having a different conversation. And also remember, back here on the 27th, we had a geomagnetic storm. It only got there for a minute. It was from all those flares and CMEs that were popping off, and they just weren't that strong. It's as simple as that. And a couple of them showed up late, so that means they were moving slower than what they thought. And that does affect how strong they are. So we never got to a G2 or anything, and we were only on a G1 for just a few minutes. It didn't get there, so the Earth really handled this really well. Plus, I have to say, they probably missed the forecasting a little bit there. They weren't as strong as what they thought it was, or not so much the strength of it, but the angle of which it hit us. Okay? Yeah, I get it, Seven. I really do. I understand. I'm not even going to, I don't fault anybody because I know there's a lot of stuff around that, and I get it. So, but I'm there. If you guys are over there on TikTok, check it out. If not, you're going to hurt my feelings, and just know that. But notice here, guys, on this graph I show you sometimes, see how the proton flux went up? Usually this is just flatline. So let me show you this. This is NOAA's model, okay? Right here, the Endel spiral. Now, you're seeing a little bump here, right? That's from this flare. Now watch over here. See what happens right here? So NOAA's saying that this thing is going to hit us a little bit more direct, unless this thing hasn't updated yet. I don't know if it has or not. I can't say 100% yet. But if this is the whole true, NOAA's actually saying this thing is going to hit us more solid than what we thought. And with the density being between 15 and 25, that leads me to believe that, yes, this is that flare CME radiation storm that's going to hit us in a few days. Okay, so if we compare NOAA's model and we compare it to NASA's, what are you seeing different here? The direction of it. Okay, it's barely glancing Earth right here. Now, judging by where this flare is, I'm more apt to lean this way this time. Okay, I don't think this thing is hitting us right on the chin whatsoever. But what I do want to point out, and we'll go over here to seeds for this one, is the fact that if you notice when this thing blows off, look over here. Okay, it's kind of what we call a halo. It's not a true halo because it's not coming directly at us. But you see the hazy look, right? So that means that energy basically spread out that far. So this is a really significant blow, guys. Okay, this isn't a small one. This is no baby. If this was coming right at us, we would definitely be having a conversation. But we haven't had one like this aimed at Earth for a long time. So this one ain't aimed at Earth either. This is, if we get anything, it'll be a glancing blow. Now remember, this is our side view of the sun, and the occulter blocks out the main part of the light from the sun so we can get a capture at all. Satellite here, Earth is over here. Okay, so you can see where this thing is, it's coming this direction, general direction, but I'm not going to say it's going to hit us right on the chin because I really don't think that it is. But we're going to wait on some of the data to come in to, conclusively, say those kinds of things. But, judging by where we're at, I don't think this is really going to be that big of an issue for us. Now, again, I'll show it to you here because this is definitely where you're going to see it a lot better because the duration of it especially. Now, it's that same sunspot, guys. Remember this one over here? It developed out in front of the one we were getting all the flares from. So, watch right over here. And it's not going to be hard to see, okay? So let me just get it going here. And we also even had a couple little other flares along with that beforehand. Okay, so here it is. Actually, I'm just going to zoom in all the way so you guys get a real good look at it. Because this was an impressive eruption, okay? I mean, there's no other way to say it. It just, yeah, it was. It was pretty impressive. Okay, you see that? Now, that looks totally different than the other flares we see, right? That we've been showing lately were just like little flashes, and you get that X pattern. This right here is telling you that this is long duration. It's taking a minute for this to leave the sun. So as we're doing this, just look at it. See how it spreads all the way down also? So, yeah. So there you go with that. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and back out. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the 304 because this is the second time it did this with this flare, what I'm getting ready to show you. Okay, it did this 2 days ago also. And we're up here on this flare again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom back in so you can see it better again. I have to do it like that or it won't let me zoom in, guys. Sorry. Then I have to go down here and click this so I can use my arrow keys. I only got one screen. I don't have multiple monitors like most YouTubers. I only have a room to go to. I'm in my living room right now. Anyway, so let me back that up some. Again, this is the 304. So watch what happens here as this thing starts to erupt. Notice the shadowing, which are filaments. Magnetic connection lines. Okay, do you see that initial blast? Watch what happens. Boom, and it's shooting that way, and it's finding a connection line here, the opposite polarity. That's what this stuff is trying to do. And watch it shoot straight on up through the sun here. See that? See how far it went on the surface? We back it up. See that? Notice what's hanging out down here. You see this shadow? That's a filament lifting off of the surface here a little bit. And it gets destabilized enough that this happens right here. Okay? Now, did you see that secondary flare? That came from the other sunspot. So, I mean, the sun's doing stuff here. And, yeah. So let me back that up again. And you don't see the biggest part of the flare here on the 304. Not as well as we did on the 131 angstrom. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about there, we're talking about angstroms of light. That would be, the visible spectrum and the non-visible spectrum of light. We can't see these spectrums unless they assign it a color and put it on these filters. So it sees different gases and stuff like that. That's the main purpose of it, so we can see even, get any kind of clue of what's actually going on. But what I want to show you here is, watch how impressive this eruption is here. Now see, here's that first time. You see this? See it shooting over right there? Remember I told you it did it twice. But it didn't have a flare that time. It just kind of shot over and it was stable enough it didn't leave the sun. So there's the first time it did it. It's like I guess it's like a big river of, charged particles moving that direction. Remember, the sun is not on fire. Okay? It takes oxygen to have fire. I'm not going to go into actually what it is, but it takes a minute to describe that. But, and I've said that before, but technically the sun is not on fire. So when you see stuff on the sun, it's not fire. So anyway, you can see how going through the corona. See that? I mean, it goes all the way over here. That tells you that was impressive. Okay? Again, what if it happened 3 days before that? It would have been here. So, and it fired over towards in line with Jupiter and Saturn. And a lot of times with those alignments and stuff from the planets, sometimes it will induce, because they're connected to the sun just like we are. When they start crossing over like that and lining up in specific areas, it will cause the sun to react sometimes. Okay, that happens, and that could have been what happened here. I don't know if it's 100%. I'm not sure. Were there any satellites over there? Well, let me go look. Okay, what's the green one? Oh, okay. The Parker SP is over here. So the Parker SP looks like Parker SP hit it right in the middle. Look at that. And that's the one that they sent out there to kiss the sun. And so that one's still hanging out and was in the right spot. So maybe we'll get some really good data from it. Hopefully. It'd be neat to, be able to do that. But, yeah. Let's, get seeds again. Where was I at? Oh, here I was. Okay, so let me show you on the 171. You can really see it pretty decent on this one. See how the corona, because this one does show you the corona really well. Notice how it's reacting all the way on almost the whole face of the sun. So that tells you that this is significant, okay? And again, this wasn't coming right at us, thank God. But, here's the Discover data right now. Something I've been noticing here, we're taking an uptick in density and solar wind speed. The temperature's dropping out. The BZ's kind of coming back down to normal, or zero, I should say. The phi angle did flip right there. Maybe that's what caused this. I don't know. Sometimes that does when the polarity of the solar wind itself goes from negative to positive or positive to negative. It'll jerk on us and it'll cause this stuff to happen sometimes. And it does look like it stopped right after that did that. So that could have been what that was. When the phi angle flipped, it probably did do that. Because we weren't really expecting anything here. Now, this wasn't the same time frame as when that flare happened. This is well after that. And what we got from the flare, guys, remember the x-rays are here and gone in about 8 minutes. But this was a continuous flow of them for a few minutes. That's what's different about this one, guys, than what we typically see, okay? Notice up here that, minor storm level. So let me get that going here. Here's, this is kind of, I just want to show it to you. This is space weather's effect on our electrical grid, and you can see how it's doing that. Not doing a whole lot, but it is a little bit of activity. This one over here, around the bigger cities, you will definitely see, because there's more electrical components. That's why. This model is still being tested and developed, so we'll wait on this 3D model. But for right now, we got this one-dimensional one, and it works just fine. So it gives us a pretty good idea, of what's happening there. Make sure I don't miss anything here. Spaceweather.com here, guys. They're showing the same kind of thing that I just showed you guys. One more thing before I move on from this. I wanted to show you guys this. Did I do it here or was it here? Well, let's just do it this way. I'm going to let that update real quick. And we'll, while it's doing now, I'll take you guys over and show you the earthquake data. Right now, guys, not a whole lot's going on as far as earthquake activity. And a lot of times when we see this not having too much activity geomagnetically, a lot of times that happens. It affects the earthquake data. It affects what kind of earthquakes and how many that we have, at least in my opinion and my observation. And I'm not the only one that holds that opinion, just so you know. Now, they are doing official studies, peer-reviewed papers, all the above. It's just going to take time before they really get it integrated really well with the models. If they ever do. I don't know. We're just have to wait on it. There's nothing else we can do. So back over here at Space, well, I wanted to, what was I doing there? What was I loading? Oh, yeah. I want to show you guys this. Watch over here. See that? That's a developing sunspot. It's already flared. This is how fast they can come up. See, it's not there at 600, well, 700 UTC. And then about 7-8 hours later, it's flaring already. It's a small flare, but it's still flaring. So we're going to keep our eye on this. This one sunspot out in front of the one that was giving us all those problems, that thing developed really quick and ended up being bigger than the one that was giving us the issues. So that happens. And this is a good way for me to show you, hey, these things can pop up anytime and pop up quick. You could go to bed, get up, and there not be a sunspot there, and when you get up, there is one, and it's flared 3 times. I mean, that's honestly, it happens like that. So, anyway, I wanted to show you that. Now, again, here's the seeds data. Okay, this is our side view here. There are 2 official sunspots right now, but they are rotating off. So, if nothing else develops, we're probably going to run into a little bit of a quiet time. We don't even have a whole lot of coronal holes. Now, I'm going to start showing you guys this again, too. This is Noctilucent clouds. They're in the northern hemisphere because it's summertime, right? What causes Noctilucent clouds? Most people ask me that. And that is water vapor gets high up in the atmosphere, highest parts of our atmosphere, and freezes around meteor dust. That's what causes these. And I know it sounds kind of backwards that they happen in the summertime, but the reason why is because there's more water vapor. Okay? There's melting going on. There's all kinds of crazy things going on, or normal things, I should say, that cause more water vapor on the poles in the summertime. So, the southern ones came in about 2 weeks late this past time, and they also were seen up in Argentina, which is technically really too far north to really be seeing a whole lot of those. But we've seen them. So that means that stuff was, off a little bit in the south, this, so far. The last season anyway. So right now there's none in the South Pole at all. It's wintertime down there. So let's go here. And let me make sure I didn't miss anything, guys. I don't want to miss anything here for you. Well, I never did look at this. This may not show us much. Oh, wow. Look at that. See? Okay, you guys seeing what's happening here? This is what you would see with the radiation storm. Notice how it's coming in on the poles. You guys see that? Usually when I show you guys this, it's like a blast and it kind of looks like this because it's just a flare. Can any of these make the weather hotter? Space weather affects everything climatologically, okay? It can all do that. Now, one thing that we do know that happens, like if we get like a flare that produces a CME or whatever, or just a CME, if it happens and hits right at where these hurricanes are developing, it will increase their intensity. It adds electrons to the atmosphere anyway, which increases lightning. Okay? We've seen the upward, I think, what do they call them? Well, we see sprites, but it's not the same thing. They call them Steves. I think that's what they call them, where you see the lightning shooting straight up instead of going down up in the atmosphere. And you can really only see it from like a couple miles back. You have to be far enough away from the thunderstorm to see above it to even see it. So we were seeing that kind of stuff, and we still will. But you can see right here, guys, this is the radiation storm part of it. Okay? And you're probably asking, why is it more so in the poles? Well, because when we get stuff, space weather, it's easier for it to come in on the poles. I've said that like really, really a bunch. And I want people to understand that. That's where we are the weakest as far as our magnetic field. Things just come in easier there. And that's why, radiation, cosmic rays, all that stuff is a concern. Now look here. When we get geomagnetism this long, this low, we are at risk for cosmic ray alerts. Because we have to have a certain amount of geomagnetism to deflect or help strengthen our magnetic field enough to be able to, thin those off. So when those things hit our atmosphere and they split into muons and everything else, and muons, the muons is really what we pay attention to because that's what would give us, make us sick. And it's getting summertime too, guys, so pay attention to your sunscreen. I know it sounds like I'm being a parent or whatever, but my gosh, I can't tell you guys how important it is. Also, UVC is now hitting the surface of the Earth like it didn't used to. They say it was almost impossible for it to happen. Even if you go back 5-6 years in some of the textbooks, it will say UVC cannot make it to the surface of the earth unless it's from an unnatural source like a welder or something like that. But the only protection we got from UVC is to cover your skin. So just know that. Don't be ashamed to grab an umbrella. I mean, I don't care what people think about me when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead, Rick. Not a problem. Thank you for asking and not just dropping it in there. I do appreciate that respect. Thank you. So, yes, you can drop your link in there if you want. He's got a music channel, guys. He's going to drop his link in there. He may not be able to. You might have to type it in, Rick. I think only moderators can drop links in there. So, but, yeah. So, yeah, guys. That's what's happening. Don't really have a whole much anything else really here to show you guys. This is our magnetosphere, what it's doing right now. I never did show you guys this. The sun's off to the left. You know, we're getting some activity, not a whole lot though. Remember, white on the density is low density. So, and then here's your pressure, which is what most people are concerned with. That usually is directly related to protons. We'll get into that later, but you can see this right here. Pressure building. So who knows, guys? I don't know what's going to happen from this CME slash solar flare slash radiation storm. We'll have to wait and see if it comes at us more direct or not. But hey, Axe, what's up, bud? Okay. I think that's it, guys. You guys got any questions? One more thing. Hey, I'm going to be, I'm going to try to set up some interviews. And if anybody wants to be interviewed on any of their theories or any ideas that they have, hit me up at jwages819@gmail.com. And I'm going to start doing some interviews like that on some subjects that are kind of on the edge, I guess, if you want to say that. They're not really what mainstream would say, or even if they are mainstream theories or what have you. I want to start interviewing some people so we can get some people to have some discussions with each other. That way I can have them both on at the same time and we can talk about both sides and they can talk with each other. I'm starting that new channel called Say It to My Face. The link is in the description if you guys want to check that out. I haven't got any content over there yet because I haven't had any interviews or anybody wanting to do any kind of debates. So if you want to debate somebody, hit me up and I'll try to get in contact with them. If you want to challenge somebody's ideas, hit me up. I will definitely try to get in contact with them and see if we can't set something up. It'll be it's a complete neutral environment. I won't be adding to the conversation whatsoever. I will just simply be there to moderate and make sure that people get equal amount of time. So, if you have something like you don't agree with somebody so bad, you really want to get it out there that, hey, I don't really like what this guy's saying, and the other guy wants to get his information out too, well, we can bring you both into the same room and have a respectful conversation about it. So that's really the goal of that channel. So I really hope that takes off. I hope people are interested in that. I think it can be fun. I think it could be educational in a lot of ways. And it would stop all this back and forth behind people's backs and all that kind of crap. You're open and available for debates? All right, cool. Knowledge. Sweet. Hey, Jacqueline Gray. It's good to see you, girl. But yeah, guys, so don't really have a whole lot more to say, guys, today. Guys, go check out Mark Pires, Renaissance Man. He did my intro music and wrote that for me. He's a good friend of mine. He's my brother and everything else. And Jacqueline, that's why I'm saying it now. Jacqueline's in here talking. There's Keith, too. Good to see you, Keith. They're all from over there. Please go check him out. You won't be disappointed, just so you know. But, yeah. So, there it is, guys. I am going to go ahead and get off here. God bless. Yeah, okay, go back and watch it, Mary. Sorry you missed it, but yeah. All right, guys, God bless. Yahushua saves, and